Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about Biden and oil and Congress and some differing opinions because Congress has a bipartisan effort to basically ban Russian oil. They want to shut down Russian oil. And the White House disagrees with this stance. Before we get into it, I want to talk about what should be for a second, and then we'll talk about what is. I do not like sanctions, economic warfare that hits the average person. This is that. I don't like kicking down. This will have a marked impact on the average Russian. The economy is already cratered. So I'm not particularly fond of Congress's plan. So that being said, why do they want to do it? Because it would be incredibly effective. I believe that Congress is under the impression that they might actually be able to effect regime change in Russia using economic means, creating a situation in which the people decide that it's time for Putin to go. And they might be right. There might be a point that they can reach through economic means where that would happen. However, it's a lot like Senator Graham's wish. One of the things I didn't mention in that video is that you don't know who's coming next. You don't know who's going to take over. It might be worse. I would also point out, when you're talking about Russia, if there is that kind of chaotic popular uprising that changes the leadership, there is a period in time where a very large strategic arsenal is in flux. And that's not a good thing. There are a lot of risks associated with this. Congress seems to believe that this is the quickest way to lessen the fighting. I'm not sure of that. I'm not convinced of that. I do believe that it would put additional economic strain on Russia. And it would certainly create discomfort among the average people of Russia. I don't know that it's enough to cause popular resistance. And I don't know that it's worth doing that to people with uncertainty. Biden, at least for the time being, it seems that the White House is against this move. They don't want to do this to Russian oil. Is it because Biden is also sympathetic to the plight of the average Russian? No, Biden's a better politician. If the U.S. does this, your gas prices go up. You will pay more at the pump. Biden is already getting hammered for this because there are a lot of people who believe the President of the United States has way more control over gas prices than he actually does. That's probably his motivation. He is probably also more aware of the fact that it doesn't look like OPEC is going to increase production. This is something that Congress may not have thought about yet, because generally, in the past, OPEC has, at least recently anyway, been willing to help out at times. It doesn't look like they're going to this time. So, shutting down Russian oil kind of makes us more heavily reliant on OPEC because we don't have the infrastructure we need to be moving to in the United States, which will make all of these issues worse. Gas prices, stuff like that. So not just will it impact the average Russian, it will impact the average American, the average Canadian. It's going to hit everybody. I don't think it's a good idea. However, I cannot deny that these kinds of measures do cause a lot of economic issues in the target country. And that seems to be Congress's goal. They seem to believe that if they hit them hard enough in the wallet, that either the people or the oligarchs will turn against Putin. And I can't say that that's out of the realm of possibility. I just don't know how high a price people are going to be willing to pay for this. And I don't know how long people would have to suffer for that catalyst to arise. So there is probably going to be sharp debate between Biden and Congress, including members of his own party, over this. I don't think Biden wants to, well, I know Biden doesn't want to do this, and I don't think that he's likely to change his position on it. This would have to be something that Congress goes out and sells it to the American people, and then there's enough political pressure on him to sign it. The only good thing that I can see coming of this is that if something like this passes Congress, they're handing Biden a really good negotiation tool, because he can talk to Russia and say, hey, I can push back against this. Or I can sign this, send it into law. And it's going to give him leverage. That's about the only real positive I can see coming of it. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.